Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to NASholes, the podcast where three assholes who like to think they know a thing or two about NASCAR talk about NASCAR. I'm Benny B, joined alongside my very good friends Drew Scar Van and our resident FRM superfan Jeff D. Boys, we're not in Kansas anymore, and thank God, because that race was boring.
Thank God.
No, but I mean,
fuck. Two stinkers.
In all honesty, end of the race, it was exciting. I mean, it sucks. I hate when just the end is exciting because, like, you want new fans, and imagine if a new fan was watching that, they're like, "Oh, I don't want to keep watching this." And I don't know. There was some interesting things that happened in stage 2, beginning of stage 2. We saw some battles, but yeah, crazy ending. Like Reddick runs out of fuel, and then of course Cody Ware, the guy that's only good for cautions and lap traffic, just spins out. And yeah, I mean,
he did his cautions and lap traffic thing.
But dude, like that's crazy though. Like Reddick was about to be
Tyler
screwed.
Reddick did not. Ben, he did not run out of fuel. It actually was a technical failure in the car. It sputtered.
Was that
it
what
didn't
they
run
said?
out of fuel. There was plenty of fuel in the car. It was that's what he was talking about on the radio today. It was a technical failure in the car, which that happens. I mean, you run these things 400 miles every race. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more. It just shows the engineering of where we are in the sport. And to tangent into what my thoughts are on the race, I don't think it was bad. I just don't think it was good. I think it was average, below average a little bit, but I don't think it's I wouldn't answer yes on the Jeff Gluck poll, but I would probably I wish there was a neutral button because I was like, it's an average race. You're gonna get some lulls in the season. I don't think it was as bad as Bristol. I think Bristol just sucked. I think it was a letdown for a Kansas race because we expect that to be, especially what we had last year. It was like, oh my God, like those were some of the best races of the season. But I think we went in hoping for better, and I hate the manufactured caution at the end. And I hate that word, but it really is just like, why the fuck do we have a car 6 laps down on the track with 1 to go? Like, why don't we tell these cars with 2 to go, if you're more than 3 laps down, get off the track. Like, just get off the track. Just pull down pit road. Get out of the way. Don't interrupt the finish. Just be smart. It pisses me off. And someone was trying to tell me they're racing for 35th. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I get that point means a lot to those teams. I get it. I do, because I was a fan of a team that ran 35th for a long time. But there needs to be some common sense here that says, okay, just freeze them where they are at 3 to go and say, all right, come down. Once you're on pit road, just freeze it. 2, 3 to go, just freeze their thing. They are credited with the finish. They don't have to run all the laps because technically aren't anyways. But it's just like they're not going to lose any more laps. It's just let's not affect the finish. And now people are like, oh, the green light checkers. It's like, shut the fuck up. We all love green light checkers when it doesn't look like this, right? I mean,
yeah.
What green light checkers are there so we don't end a race under caution. Ending this race under caution would have just been the cherry on top. But that would have made me say the race sucked. But I would have rather this race gone green because we had that battle between Hamlin and his own driver. That's really great. And then we got it a little bit, and then I hate it for Christopher Bell because bro got fucked at the end of that race.
Yeah.
And that should have been a caution when you saw him spinning down. They should have threw that instantly. It should have been like boom, 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 tap that button. And then people are like, oh, some more stupid. I'm sorry, a car spinning at any point, especially near a restart when there are multiple cars around, should always be a caution. I don't care if they're spinning alone on a track. Like if we're long in a green flag run, they're spinning alone and they fix it. Fine. That doesn't need to be a caution as much as I'm probably gonna be like, I want the caution because I want to go up and piss. Consistency is key. Yes, he did spin off the track, but he could very well have spun right back up or hurt someone on pit road, and you don't want to see.
Well, in that moment too, you just don't know, and they have to call it. Like they have to call it. I didn't know about that caution on Cody Ware because he got to the apron and everything was fine. Like they should have just let it go, honestly. But
he spun in front of the leader. Every time I'd call it a caution. I'm sorry, he spun in front of the leader. I cannot in good conscience say, no, that's not a caution. Like, I hate that it happened with 2 to go. He had a tire going down with 14 to go. Why are we still on the track? That is and I get it. They're trying their asses off. And I don't know if Rick Ware's going to be in the sport next year because they're probably selling a charter, but no one cares because it's Rick Ware. I want all the teams to succeed, right? Like, I want them all to be profitable. I want them all to do well and be successful businesses. But this is not how you do that. You look stupid. You look stupid in front of your sponsors. I mean, the sponsors probably didn't care because they probably got a little bit of spotlight out of this.
Yeah,
but
they got
like,
airtime.
do you really want to be on the car of someone that's just spitting out? Yeah, they got airtime. It's like, to me, that's not positive airtime. But then again, all press is good press, right? It just pisses me off, and I hope that sponsor sticks in the sport because I'd hate for them to be a one and doneer. It sucks. I hope that I don't think Cody Ware should be a Cup driver. That's a very old take, but that he shouldn't be. I think he should be an O'Reilly at best. I'm fine with him being approved on Super Speedways. If we just want to approve him on Super Speedways, fine. He's a good Super Speedway racer. He doesn't cause the wrecks. But on the other tracks, he's below average to bad at best. So there's my rant. Drew.
Yeah, go ahead, Drew. Give us your thought.
I really disagree with the whole if you're 6 laps or more down, get off the track, because, like, yeah, they're 6 laps down, but, I mean, they should still be able to finish the race, even though he's probably not going to, because...
But, yeah,
Cody
I don't
Ware,
agree with that either, really.
you know.
But I agree with the premise of, like, get out of the way, like, go to the apron or something. I don't know. I don't know how you could handle it, but I guess it is what it is. I don't know, Drew.
There's a better way than what we're doing, is what I'm trying to say. There's a better way.
Yeah, well, I mean, you get guys like Austin Dillon, who was, like, racing the leader when he was, like, what?
I don't like Austin Dillon.
Yeah, it's like, bro,
he's just there.
It's like, dude, get out of the way. Like, the race is almost over. Just fucking let the leaders race. Don't try and be a dildo and hold them up.
The only time you're allowed to hold up a leader, in my opinion, is if you're racing for position and you are originally on the lead lap. Unless you are, say, you're a lap down and you're like side by side with another car. Those are the only times you should be fighting the leader on that. Otherwise, just let him go. Don't make this race about you. You're not fast enough. Sorry. And I mean, yes, you can race them, but like you can let them around in a lap or two. Like you can give your thing, and if you feel like you're faster, let them by, but fight them on it back. Because I mean, we were looking at the 34 earlier in the day, and he was keeping pace with the 11 in the first stage and then eventually the 11 gave him the spot back. Thank you, Denny. It's you can see there are some cars that are faster than others, and it's just like, if you're a very slow car, get out of the way. Like, there was a time where Zane Smith was running and Tamlin went by like he was standing still, and it was like, that's where kind of what you want out of the lap car. Stay out of the way. Kind of just don't be a fucking story at this point. Be a story that you got onto the lead lap. Don't be I wrecked the leader or I wrecked in front of the leader, which is arguably almost as bad.
But yeah, Joe, I just wanted to get your take on that last restart there. You know, Bell. I mean, honestly, I don't know what you guys think, but it looked like Hamlin actually kind of pushed Reddick up the track when Bell was trying to get on the outside there. And I don't know. Drew, I was just wondering your take about the whole ending of that.
I thought it was a great ending. I kind of wasn't expecting an ending like that because, yeah, the race was mid. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. Yeah, I was cool with it. And I mean, at this point now, I'm just on the Reddick hype train because it's like, this is nuts.
I think my mother is as well.
Dude, to be honest, you have to appreciate it. I mean, like,
she likes the midget. It's amazing.
What else you can say? The
same way I felt about Kyle Larson.
He's cheating. It's because he's in a Toyota. Shut up. It's not my fault Chevy tried to go to a new body that's arguably worse.
Yeah, that did.
They haven't figured it out yet. Them. I mean, the Fords had that issue. The Fords had that issue, 2 years ago when they switched to the Dark Horse body, which arguably looks so fucking good. They are the nicest cars on track. I think they're all kind of trying to imitate the Fords because like they see them flattening out the noses. Like the Toyota just looks like a Mustang Toyota, and then like the Chevy just is like I took a hammer to the front of the Chevy and fucking batted it in. It's like, oh, it's flat now. It's like half the women in the WNBA fucking stiff as a board. Fuck, I'm going to hell.
You watch the WNBA?
Sorry, dude. I'm about some WNBA cards at work today, and I kind of looked at them like, why would you do this? You're not going to get anything good. I don't care. At least you took the last one, which means some people have bought them, which is also more.
They're upsetting. Not just sitting there.
It's probably been him multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah. Overall, the race was okay, but let me go over the top 10 real quick. So Tyler Reddick wins the race. Kyle Larson ends up in second, which, Drew said, we kind of got an ending that he didn't think. And I agree with you, Drew. I didn't think that was going to happen either. I kind of thought it was going to be a very close battle, like photo finish with Tyler Reddick and Denny Hamlin or something like that at the end there. Anyhow, because of the restart and all that, and how everything played out, Kyle Larson takes second, Chase Briscoe in third, Denny Hamlin ends up finishing fourth, Bubba Wallace gets the top 5 in the 5th place, Brad Keselowski in 6th, William Byron in 7th, Chase Elliott in 8th, Ty Gibbs in 9th. He's staying consistent. Chris Buescher in 10th. So there's your top 10. Anything stand out to you, fella?
Corey Heim in 15th. Very good run. All of the... Where is Bubba? Yeah, no, all of the 2311 cars are in the top 15. All 4 of them this weekend, which is great. It's a great run. RFK, they're just consistently the best Ford team this year, which is...
capitalize on this momentum.
I love that, personally.
Mm-hmm. I do, too.
I'm glad they're back. I'm so glad they're back.
And I think it's a matter of time before they start.
For my sake, I wish Penske was better, but yeah, no, it's they're like just on the cusp. They just gotta relearn how to win again because they haven't won they didn't win last year, did they? They went winless.
No,
I think they came close at Phoenix, but it was they took a step back last year, but I think that made them reassess, realize like okay, we're doing it. And then they had. And Priest wasn't with them last year, was he? Or like he's new this year? He was. I don't know. It's not. I've been the years mushed together. But Priest this year has definitely taken a massive step up, and I think that has helped them because when you're all running well, the momentum just carries. That helps everyone at the shop. Everyone at the shop's probably like, all right, we're doing well. I mean, it's like everyone finished 12th or better, or 11th or better, and that's awesome. Like that's what you want as a team. I mean, they need to just continue that, and even if they don't win this year, which I think they will, I think all 3 will make the playoffs. Like if not just at least 2, because they are just been consistently good, and that's kind of just what you need in this kind of format. Which I think is another thing that we haven't really touched on is that this was a talk today on Twitter where it was like there's been 6 less DNFs through these past some odd races, and I think that's because drivers aren't pushing as hard because they don't need to win. They can just kind of settle for a good day, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. But I also I don't mind a crumpled race car as long as it's not one of my guys, right? Like I want to see Ty Gibbs in a box. I want to see him like when like Mr. Burns was like, "Where is my cube? Did you get my cube?" And it's like I want to see him in a small cube. Like I want to see what happened to Travis Kvapil happen to fucking Ty Gibbs every week. I don't care if it's New Hampshire Motor Speedway. I want to see Ty Gibbs slipping down the fucking backstretch. Like that's how I feel.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that. I would love to watch Ty Gibbs barrel roll down the backstretch at Talladega for the entirety of the backstretch, and it had to be ridiculously long, like Jean Girard and Ricky Bobby and Talladega Nights. Have it roll for so long they actually cut to an Applebee's commercial, and then they come back and it's just the same wreck happening.
Yeah. I think for me, something that stood out to me was, Alex Bowman, being back and the way he was running. I mean, he finished 18th, I believe. Yeah, 18th. But he had some stretches there where I believe he was top 15 and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's just really good to see. I felt really bad for the guy, to be honest with you, with what he was dealing with. And so for him to come back and finish 18th, I think that's probably something that he can be pretty proud of and feel good about.
Trackhouse sucks.
Oh my gosh, dude. I know it, dude. They are pissing me off, man. Like, what the hell's going on? Like, they're being shitboxes every
ECR is so bad.
Dude, it's getting
ECR
ridiculous.
Needs to be fucking shot into the moon.
I thought they were partnered with Hendrick.
Nope, not anymore.
Are they?
That kind of went to the wind when they're ECR. The 2 ECR-powered teams are...
RCR?
Well, 3 if we count Coolidge, which is not really. It's RCR and Trackhouse, which is such a shame.
Yeah.
For Trackhouse.
Yeah.
It's... Honestly, Trackhouse needs to find a way to absorb RCR, kind of like they did to Chip Ganassi, and just kind of... Because I believe Trackhouse has better people than what their results are, because they're a very forward-thinking organization. They're going to get out of this funk, whether it's... I don't think it'll be this year, unfortunately. I think SVG might get a win or two on road courses, but I just don't think their speed is there at all. I think they're going to get ass clapped by people this year. And Chastain looks like a dick for what he said to Suarez, where he's like, yeah, he got fired. How's Suarez doing compared to you in points, bud? It's like,
And he said
I'm
he
no
never
big
had
Suarez
respect
guy,
for him
but
or
it's like,
whatever.
dude,
Like,
you
he
look
never
like
liked
a
him.
jackass. It's if you're gonna talk shit, you better fucking back it up.
You better hit it.
And I think Trackhouse needs to do something big, or they need to. I mean, first off, they need to get rid of ECR. They need to get off of that. I think
Step
they need
one.
to kind of like partner with. You either need to absorb. You either if you stay with ECR, you better be absorbing the program and make it Trackhouse engines and make them fucking at least not ass. Make them at least a serviceable B plus tier to the A tier of the Hendrick engines, because right now they're C tier. It's like out of 5 stars you're at 2, and that's what a McDonald's is. You don't want to be a McDonald's compared to a 5-star restaurant. It's just like you're not gonna. It's not gonna be fun for you or your bowels. And they need to reevaluate. I think they should partner with Junior. They need to. I think that would be very smart, because they're already partnering him with Chastain, SVG, Zilich. They all run the 9 car in that. I don't see why they don't kind of partner with them as a thing. I don't think it'll be.
Probably because Junior has Hendrick Motorsport ties.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be some. They need to make a move that is kind of shocking, and I don't know what that's going to be. I mean,
I know exactly what that move would be.
What would it be?
Fucking get in a Dodge when they make Cup.
They're going to suck for a few years, though. Like, there's no way Dodge comes in. I mean, you look at them in trucks. I think a lot of people expected them to be at least faster than what they are. They're mid-pack in trucks. There's like 8 competitive trucks on any given week. It's front row, half Tricon, and then half a Thor Sport. And then maybe you got a Chevy or 2 thrown in there with Spire or some other just Chevy team that decides, hey, I'm going to be good this week. And then the rest of the top 10 is just assorted jumbleness. It's not a ding on the truck series. It's just what happens when you don't pay them at all.
Yeah. I could see
there needs to be a massive overhaul. I honestly thought they would be the team that would bite the bullet with a new manufacturer. I don't know I would love to know what's going on in Justin Marks' mind, because there's no way he's happy about this. No, they took Elite backwards, bro. Like, it's running 30th every week, like high 20s, like in low 30s. Like, that's not okay. That is not okay.
No.
For
like if they went to Dodge, like there's such an uncertainty with it. Like, you know, like it could almost be such a huge jump back to where you're like, you're never going to get back up past how shitty you were with ECR.
I don't know what I don't hate that idea, Drew. I don't hate it. Honestly, if they did it, I wouldn't bash it. I'd say, I hope it works. Because we don't know because Dodge is probably either next year or the year after in Cup. We haven't heard a lot of that, but from what I know, I think it's either next year or the year after they will be in Cup. I would expect them in O'Reilly probably next year or the year after. They started in trucks because trucks is probably the easiest to build because it's just brick that look like truck.
That, and they all run the same spec motor too.
Yep. It's very easy there because then Dodge doesn't need to build a motor program for that. And they have a stable organization, a Cup organization that has one. So Dodge is building right. As much as I don't love everything that Kool-Aid does, I think they are a good organization. If they can get back to trophy hunting, which they say they want to do, but they haven't won in a few years, I hope they can get back there. I don't see them winning this year in trucks unless it's on a super speedway or we get a fuck fest like trucks normally gives us once in a while, where half the field's wrecked out and it's just like, all right, who's the least broken truck tonight? Yeah. That's what we're gonna get.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, well, and that's the thing too. I mean, like you said, well, like I said, they all run the same spec engine down there, so you can't really say like that's, going to Dodge its first year or two in Cup's going to be a shit idea. I mean, they're definitely not gonna win their first year. Yeah, I don't think
unless it's a super speedway. That would be the only way that would happen.
Well,
in my opinion.
Or unless they somehow have like the ultimate
strategy call, right?
Yeah,
they're not going to win on pace. They're not going to win on pace that first year or two. I mean, it takes time to build a stable program.
Yeah,
seeing what Trackhouse did in its first year was very weird, and same thing with 2311 winning very early. That is not something you see, especially with rookie. Like, that's why people are like, "Why does Zilich suck?" because rookies suck. Like, I'm not saying that Herbst was anything great, but he's done better this year. You can see the improvement. But I knew Zilic would suck this year, and I hope he gets
if you
better.
thought he was going to
But
come in and start winning, I mean, you're kind of a fool.
You all are fools. No, I'm kidding. But I hope, and I don't want it to be that Trackhouse is holding him back, because I know Trackhouse can develop him, and I think
he'll get there.
There's just a problem with half the Chevy teams right now that, like, if you aren't Hendrick affiliated, you're fucked. And that's what it is. There's my second rant of the day.
Get him going.
I got nothing, man. I got nothing.
All right, we're going to wave around.
Yeah.
Wave around design scheme of the week.
Yes. All right, Drew. Pull her on up.
Sure. All right. Well, no shock here. My pick was the one car again. I'm a sucker for a Busch Light scheme. And also, Busch Light Apple, really tasty. Really miss drinking it. Really wish I wasn't an alcoholic, but hey, whatever. But yeah, no, overall W paint
It's
scheme.
very nice, man.
I do want to say,
can be a W. Yes.
Yeah, they have the best paint schemes, but some of the worst running cars. Sorry, that low-hanging fruit, like the Apple. Look.
Damn it, Jeff.
God damn.
All right.
All right, Ben.
I picked the 17. I told Drew, Jeff, you weren't here for this, but before we got on, I actually, so my buddy was in town, and we were gone doing stuff, and I didn't get back to the house to the start of stage 2. Well, as soon as I turned the TV on, what do you know? This is the first car I see, and I just immediately just spoke to me. I'm like, I love that car. Like the gold chrome numbers and the green, it fits perfectly, man. And I honestly, it's just a car that I kept seeing on the track, and I love it, man. It's great. RFK just keeps coming out with banger paint schemes, man.
Yeah, they are the track house of Fords.
Yeah. But they actually run well.
Yeah. That's funny.
All right. And we got Jeff's pick.
I almost feel bad. Almost. All right. I know I'm the Todd Gilliland fan here, but hear me out. There was no Pennzoil on track, and this was the only, like, yellow car, and it stuck out like a thumb during the race. And sometimes what you need is to stick out, because that is good for Love's. We love Love's. Great gas station.
It is.
Also, Benny, you're going to have to get whatever the sponsor, Reddit Cat again, on that. You need to
after you can
spend your life savings on it.
Paint scheme here, that why you chose it.
Yeah. So I like the love scheme. You could in fact say I love the love scheme. I like when it sticks out. It's super easy to tell when they don't have the Pennzoil car on track. And honestly, I didn't want to give it to the 48 again, even though they also have it. Like, it was between the 34 and the 48, and I'm like, well, if I'm going to pick between those two, I'm going to pick the 34. And I genuinely do think that it's just a great scheme, and I know my good friend John, this is kind of one of his last remnants of being at front row. He helped design the Love's car. Big ups, John.
Epic.
All right.
Okay, guys. So Tyler Reddick had the Supply House. I believe this was his first race with Supply House. They're a new sponsor.
Yes.
This year for 2311 or for the 45.
New sponsor. Woo!
But anyhow, so I looked into it.
You also got Rockstar Energy as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because they dumped Monster.
Yeah, big signing there. I think Monster is doing some other stuff. They're going to go to another driver very soon.
But
allegedly,
as you guys
know,
I'm investing in the winning sponsor. And so Supply House, for those you don't know, is trusted by over 100,000 trade pros to deliver plumbing, HVAC, and electrical parts fast. Now offering 1 to 2 day shipping in 90% of the US. So anyways, it's actually funny that this guy wins with Supply House, because I just started this new job as an irrigation tech at the golf course I work at. And a lot of the stuff we have is pretty old and shitty. And so I think I'm going to end up using Supply House to get me some new wire strippers or something something I can use quite a bit. And so I will end up buying something.
You're getting strippers without me? Sorry.
I'm sorry, Jeff. So yeah, I can't do it right now. I just started this new job, and you know how that works. It takes forever to get paid. I will end up buying something for Supply House. So yeah, man.
No, you need to use the rest of your money in your bank account. That's the rule here.
Shit.
I'm a dick. I'm sorry. All right, and now we're on to your segment of Good Grass
or Ass Grass. This is great grass. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you something right now.
Fucking phenomenal.
Freaking striped up, dude. Freaking green. I mean, it really could not have got better. And even I believe on the backstretch, you have that little hill right there. I believe the RVs and the campers are back over there. That grass was super green, man. It just looks so healthy and good. Now, here's the thing, guys. I said I was gonna call the tracks. I wasn't dicking around this time. Okay, I actually called the track. And unfortunately...
Yeah, he did.
You guys kind of already know. I call and I was like... And the guy's like, hey, my name is Mark. How can I help you? I was like, hey, Mark, kind of a weird question. I don't know if you can answer it or not. But do you know what kind of grass you guys have on the infield there at the Speedway? It looks really great. He's like, no, I really don't, man. I wish I could tell you. I was like, yeah, the only reason I asked is because I have a podcast, a NASCAR podcast called NASholes, where I rank the grass every week. And so I was just kind of wanting to know, so, that I could kind of get more information about it and, be more accurate.
Shameless plug.
So I could talk about it.
Shameless fucking plug on the phone with this poor man.
It's too shameless. So, Mark, if you're hearing this, you're not. I'm very sorry, man. I'm very sorry. But also, their grass rating is going to go down because of this. Because you should always know what kind of grass you have. You should always know what you're working with.
Bro, what the fuck's Mark supposed to do? He works in the ticket department.
I'm just kidding. But you should always know what you're working with. Anyways, dude.
I couldn't tell you what fucking grass I have outside.
Just send me pics, I'll tell you. Dude, you guys are going to be shocked by this. Dude, I'm going to give this a 4.8 out of 5.
Use.
Like, incredible, man. And it's hard to beat that. Hell, I think that's higher than Daytona, man. This was the best grass we've seen.
It deserves it. So, fucking mint.
But yeah, if I had to guess,
that color of grass,
if I had to guess, though, just from my research, it's Bermuda grass with a mix of, like, fescue, probably. Tall fescue.
For all the grass enthusiasts out here watching that aren't, we appreciate
One of these tracks is going to answer for me one day. They'll be like, yeah, dude, let me send you to the maintenance department.
Yeah. One guy is going to be just like you. One guy's going to be just like you. And it's like, I know what kind of grass we have.
I know we're working ticket sales, but
it's this I know kind of grass. It's going to be, some guy's going to say green, and I would lose it.
I will tell you if he does that.
I think we need to talk about something that kind of just broke about an hour ago, like a half hour right before we started recording, of John Prost, the executive vice president of NASCAR. He's a fucking idiot.
He's an ass.
Like, he wants to add electric vehicles into the O'Reilly series, which is arguably one of the better series for racing. I don't know. I still like Cup much more than O'Reilly. I could give her hit or miss O'Reilly every weekend. It's not a race I always go out to see because I don't really care about most of the drivers in the field. But it's, what the fuck are we doing? And he also wants hydrogen-powered engines, which that's a whole nother story that I can go onto a tangent about a completely different thing. Fallout, we love you. But it's, why the fuck are we doing this? He's a fucking idiot. That's a great way to piss off all of our fans who love the O'Reilly series. What are we doing? Anyone else have the floor?
Well, because what the fuck is electric going to do for you, man? You know what I mean? It's fucking bullshit.
Well,
go ahead, Drew.
Well, arguably, though, electric cars are faster, and they go to 0 to 100 really fucking... Like, the meme 0 to 100 real quick? That's, like, all electric cars.
That's true.
But, like, at the same time,
I can't wait for them to have 20-minute pit stops of recharging their fucking batteries.
Yeah.
I just want to... No, Drew, continue, and then I'll speak.
I think, if F1 didn't really have this big drop of the ball this year with their half gas, half electric engines, we'd probably have a better outlook on it. I won't lie, when I first heard that NASCAR was looking into, an EV, I was like, well, okay, maybe just make it its own series. Because you have Formula E. Yeah. Well, yeah, give those silly billies a fucking really quick car that they can ram into each other.
Yeah.
Something crazy.
Yeah. That shit burns hotter.
But, I don't know. I'm probably on an island with this, but if we do go electric and it makes for better racing and faster speeds, I'm for it, honestly.
I'm never against trying something.
But, I would rather them do that. I don't know. I don't want to say just replace a series with it, nor, I don't know. I don't know how they could do it, but I don't know. I think it's also inevitable, too, that, with how popular electric cars have come or gotten to be in the last, 10 years now, I don't know. I think it's kind of inevitable.
What's really funny is a lot of the manufacturers can't sell electric cars because they brought it on too early and too hard of a force. You can't buy an electric car. Hybrids, on the other hand, I'm fine with a hybrid to an extent. I look at what F1's doing. You brought up a great point about F1 because I was about to go on a tangent. And here's the third one of the episode. Formula One has the worst racing right now. Yes, they're passing more, which is great. We in NASCAR love passing, right? Because that's our bread and butter. Our cars can actually pass each other. But in F1, they can't pass each other just on straight pace. They have to use fucking bullshit electronics. Like, I gotta press the push to pass button. It's like, how fucking queer is that? I'm sorry. It's like, that's
it's totally gay,
Daniel
man.
Dye levels of fucking gay. We need to find a way that it's not bad. Like, I'm fine if it helps with fuel mileage, or if I'm fine with, like, we have more electronics in the cars than we ever did. Like, looking 10, 20 years ago, like, we got these full digital dashes now. We got different things there. They got different, like, they have so much more available to them, but I don't want to see Cup go that way for at least another 20 years. We don't need to. We just don't need to.
It needs to
I'm
get more
fine with
advanced
experimenting on
before
the
we can
lower
do
series. I think in 5 to 10 years, let's say 10 years out, 2036, I think they should say, all right, I think technology will be at a point where, okay, we could think about this, right? I think we could look at it and say, let's do a 10 race thing. We'll pick select teams from this, and we'll give them a budget of this much, and say this must be used on these cars. We're going to track the things, whatever, and we're going to put on a 25 driver race at a bunch of short tracks. We're going to go to 10 different short tracks, and we're going to see what it is, and then maybe a road course in there as well. And a 10 race series, see what happens. How is the racing? How is this? They test it a ton before we even do that. So we know the product that we're putting on isn't going to be shit. And I'm not talking about the 1 or 2 car tests that we do. It's like, oh, we're going to do a tire test today. We're going to have 3 cars on track. It's just, shut up. Like, put more than 3 cars on the track, because we need to lay rubber down. We need to, like, put 10, 15 cars on the track when you're testing this shit. I know it costs money, but NASCAR, I don't know how much you lost in that lawsuit. It was probably a lot of money, but you'll probably get it back as long as you get rid of Fox. But for the love of God, don't be afraid of spending the money to try things. Because I'm fine with spending the money to try things when it leads to something. Like, we tried the Coliseum. It failed, but I think Bowman Gray is a good thing. I would like to see Bowman Gray as maybe the all-star race, and just say, all right, chase drivers, you go. And we'll just do that. We'll do 100 laps. Say, hey, have fun. Do that little celebration there, and then call it a day.
Yeah.
If we still need the all-star race on the calendar. But it's because I think the Clash is probably going to go back to Daytona, especially with Speed Weeks coming back, which is awesome. It's or preseason Thunder, whatever it was either Speed Weeks or preseason Thunder, and I love that we're bringing that back. But I think Prost is a fucking idiot. You don't say this right now when fans are. You say this after you say this right in the middle of a stretch of some pretty good races, not great, but pretty good. You sit down in a mix of pretty good races where it kind of gets swept under the media. There, we're too small of a sport that everything our higher ups say, especially at a time when we're all criticizing something, is going to get echoed so much louder than it ever was supposed to be. NASCAR needs a better communication team. And that leads us into NASholes Asshole of the Week. All right, boys. We're starting off with a heater. William Byron in the number 88, flipping his fucking teammate, Carson Kvapil.
Oh, that was terrible, man.
Dude,
I'm surprised we didn't even talk about that in the episode.
The one thing you don't do, I was saving it for here.
We are now.
The one thing you don't do is wreck your teammate. The second thing you don't do is flip your teammate. What are we doing? God damn. Like, fucking dumbass McGee over here. God. All right. Next on the list, Austin Hill in the number 20 and the number 21. Sorry, I put number 22. I'm gonna fix that right now, or my OCD will kill me. That was my boss. All right. So Austin Hill, and he's on here for wrecking, and then taking out the 18 while wrecking. I really just don't like him. Thank you, Jesse Love.
Me either.
He's also a dick for what he said in the interview, where I get that you're mad. I get that Jesse took the fucking air off your tail. But in all honesty, go fuck yourself. Nobody likes you, Austin Hill. You're as fat as me, and I'm a fat ass. All right. Then I was kind of just grasping at straws here. So then I got Ryan Blaney in number 12 for spinning the dinger on pit road, where that was just kind of a thing. I was like,
oh yeah,
I put on some smaller incidents here, so like in case we have races like today, we kind of need to fill out the segment. And then we got Cody Ware for being Cody Ware. And then John Probst because he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
that's the list. That's it.
Cars, dude. I don't want to hear
I'm saying take Blaney off. I'm saying take Blaney off because I just think that was just a fucking little
Agreed.
oopsie.
Agreed.
Yeah.
He was going to go off quickly.
I definitely want to keep Austin Hill on because
Austin Hill.
Austin Hill, enough said.
And I guess we're just going to tick off John Probst because
Yeah, I think
Byron has to be on the list because he flipped his teammate. I'm sorry, no
Was it
ifs, ands, or
intentional,
buts.
though?
Yes, it was. It was pretty. That was not a last. It was lap 1, and you flip your teammate down the backstretch.
Nice.
Fucking holy teammate moment. But fucking. So I guess we take off John Probst. So I think we go down the line of. I would go with Byron Big Ass, Cody Ware's Mid Ass, and Austin Hill is Little Ass, which is ironic for him.
I agree.
I think Austin Hill needs to be at least mid-ass.
Explain yourself.
I mean, you said it yourself earlier. I mean, like, he got raced clean, took the air off him, he lost his shit, and then he took out another car while he was wrecking, and then he went on afterwards and was like, it's like, dude, asshole.
Immaculate impression, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's at least mid-ass. Knowing Byron did that intentionally, allegedly, I don't know. I didn't see that part.
To me, it looked like he went up into him, which, sure, it could be a race. It's still just, you race it's lap one, and then 2, it's your teammate, you give him more room.
He knows better.
Right? I get that, and he's a cup driver. Carson's racing for points. You can't fucking do this. I expect that from Hocevar, not from Byron.
Yeah, but anyway, no, yeah. I'm saying I think Austin Hill needs to be mid-ass.
All right. What's your opinion, Mr. Benjamin?
Honestly, with that being said, Cody Ware, I mean, we expect that kind of shit from him, you know what I'm saying? And Austin Hill with the way he reacts and stuff, he's just an ass. He does deserve. He's a big ass all the time. But for this week, I'd actually
literally have you seen his ass?
I agree with you. I wish Probst was still on beyond.
Byron is now
fucking
on
EV cars, man. That's fucking stupid.
We just have actual racing incidents that are worse.
Yeah.
Our hatred for Austin Hill.
I understand.
How many points does Hill have this year so far?
Oh, we're gonna find out once I'm done.
All right. So big ass goes to.
Give me a second! I'm still trying to write. You can cut this out as I put in the points. Austin Hill is probably already on here. I would be surprised. Yes, he is. All right, so that's another. So he goes to 4, and he gets a mid-ass award. Yes, and then they got Cody Ware in the 51, who is. Oh nope, he's been on here before. Okay, we got another repeat offender.
Cody Ware, repeat offender.
Yep. He did shit at Daytona.
At least it was that shit, and not anything else he's done.
Bro got a history. He got a rap sheet. All right, boys. We got Osama bin Corday, who has been racing well lately, but still at the top of our list. Then we got Tyler Gibby. They're both tied for first. And then we got Austin Hill in second or third, whichever you want to look at it, with 4 points. He has 2 little ass awards and 1 mid-ass award. I would like to say that he has gotten them all at Daytona, Echo Park, and Kansas. We just don't like Austin Hill. He's a bitch. And then William Byron in his number 88 is tied for one of the many with a big ass award or multiple minor awards. Him and Cody Ware are tied for the same position with 3 NASholes points. All right, boys. I think we know what time it is. It's time for me to talk about front row because it's going to happen.
He's going to glaze about FRM, boys.
So, good job, Todd. Fucking, you better win this. You better win at Talladega. Keep the winner going. I mean, just finish the race. Finish the Super Speedway, please. That's all I request. Zane Smith, uncharacteristic. Zane Smith, positive. He didn't flip. He didn't end up on the side of his car in wall ride. Negative. He finished about the same as if he did. And then Noah Grayson just continues to disappoint, unfortunately. Todd is very close to passing Zane in points. I think Todd needs to be signed into the next decade like Hocevar was. There's no reason he shouldn't be. Unless RFK is going to scoop him up or something. I don't think front row should ever let Todd go.
They shouldn't.
I think they should probably also sign Zane to an extension if he can continue. I mean, Zane... Todd, if he can just figure out qualifying, he would finish top 15, top 20, top 15 pretty much every race, I think. It's his Achilles heel is his qualifying, where he had a good spot this week and he qualified fucking 26th. And it's like, dude, I was expecting better. I mean, like, it's not where he typically qualifies, just in the 30s, which like father like son, unfortunately. And I like both. And I'm critical because they're my favorites, but it's annoying. I just want them to do better. Overall, I'm not upset with their performance this year. Coming into about a quarter of the way through our season, I'm very happy with the performance of the team. We're above where we were last year. My whole thing is keep improving. We got 22nd, 23rd, and Zane is fucking no. Yeah, Zane 22nd, 23rd, and Gregson is first. Unfortunately, he has a little bit of a gap around him. He has like a little bubble. He got a little bit up to Stenhouse, and he got a little bit of safety to Ty Dillon. That being said, those are drivers he should be performing better than. I hope he can get into the 20s. I don't think he'll get a top 25, even though he's probably should, considering his resume of being an Xfinity or an O'Reilly championship contender. I don't know what the disconnect is. I don't know what to do with the 4-car. I know it's a 3-car organization. It's hard because Front Row has not had historical success with that. That being said, the last time they were a 3-car organization before last year was when it was in the Car Tomorrow early Gen 6 era where they sucked, to say it quite frankly. My dog is now scratching the door. That's what she thinks. And I hope they can piece it together. I like them being a 3-car organization because it means more barking. Yeah, that was my dog. I will go grab the dog, and y'all go on to the next segment, the Final Cup entry list.
All right.
What the hell? Look at me here, dog. The fuck? You're a douchebag.
Well, I didn't even have
I'm
time
so
to
glad
pull it
all of that was on camera.
That could be the clip. I don't care.
Dog!
You don't get to bark at me just because you're scared of the lightning.
Do you think you are being scared of the elements?
She comes to me because I'm the biggest. She wants me to be struck by the lightning.
Damn, dude.
She wants me to die for her. Which is kind of nice.
It's an admirable death.
It's an admirable death.
He died for his
You're
puppers.
a douchebag.
I respect
I want you
that.
to know that. If you whine to get out of here in 5 minutes, I will smack you upside the head. With love, but like you will be smacked.
How crazy would it be if you went to go smack your dog and then your dog just put you in a fucking just some insane MMA hold?
She's too old now. When she was younger, she could have knocked me over. Now it's the only time she'll knock me over is when she's in the fucking way.
Yeah.
Or just walks. She's
like,
like,
oh, shit. What the hell are you doing? Get the hell out of my way.
And like anytime you feel an earthquake, that is me falling. Because I am fat. So in all of that, did we pull up the Cup entry list, or do I need to pull it up?
No, because I was laughing too hard for you saying dog.
Okay, I'll go fucking get it. God damn it. Well, give me fucking Bobby Pockris. Bob Pockris. There it is. Bobbathan Pockris. All right. So we got 41 entries for Talladega. We got in the 33, we got Jesse Love, which I'm sure Austin Hill is very pleased about that. No. In the 44, we have Joey Gase, which is definitely an interesting choice. I respect Joey Gase. I just don't see him as a kind of Cup guy. He would be a very low-tier Cup guy. Again, no offense to Joey Gase. He's never really ran in top-tier equipment. And then in the number 62, kind of a surprise here of Casey Mears is going to be in the 62 instead of like an Alfredo or a Retzlaff. I think that's an interesting choice. I hope that works out for the 62 organization. Hope they make the race. I really like that team because Beard Motorsports is a fucking awesome name, and they also have my football number. Chad, best friend Chad Fincham. If you know what that's a reference to, good for you. He's in the number 66. That's probably the longest shot to make the race. That of the 44. They don't have a listed sponsor. And then the most shocking one is the number 78, Fast Motorsports, owned by BJ McLeod, our best friend Blowjob, with Daniel Dye driving the car. He is approved for Cup Series competition, which was when they unsuspended him. Did they just did they press approve twice accidentally? Like, I like Daniel Dye, kind of. I'm indifferent on Daniel Dye. I like that he's from Florida, and that's probably about the most I like about him. Nathaniel Nutcracker. But it's why. Very interesting. It seems to be in NASCAR that the second you go to sensitivity training, you fall upwards, right? So,
how hilarious would it be if he's able to qualify into the race and then by some insane fluke, he wins the race?
Dude, I think NASCAR Twitter would explode.
Out of my wheelchair and do an Irish jig. I would be like, this is magic, dude. This is as big
I might shit my pants.
Dude, I'd shit my bag and my pants. That's magic.
God. For me, just dumbfounded because we had
I can't believe
Kyle Larson that said the no N word, and he went from a Chip Ganassi to he went from a upper mid tier cup ride to the top cup ride, and he won the championship the next season. Daniel Dye is arguably a much bigger jump, going from full time trucks to part time cup. This is not a one race slate. This is a multi race deal. This is 4 to 6 races from what I read. This is a chunk of the season.
And starting at
that's
Talladega,
still fucking nuts.
This is really soon.
NASCAR just is fuck it. Now, I think that Daniel Dye is a capable driver. I don't know if he should have been approved for Cup. That being said, Fincher and Joey Gase are there, which I kind of view in the same thing. But Joey Gase has ran Cup before in multiple generations. For BK Racing, he was always in the back, never really a factor. Ed Fincham has also ran in the back, never really a factor. Both kind of just they're what the Starton Parkers were. Respectable drivers, just kind of making a living. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Casey Mears, he's a longtime NASCAR veteran. He deserves to be there. Daniel Dye is... Whoa. What the fuck?
No, it's something you didn't see coming.
I saw that, I was like, no way.
You just don't see that coming, because remember, we all said, "Oh, he's done, dude. He's done with NASCAR. There's no way he's coming back."
Yeah, I thought I had information that he was cooked. I heard the Sigma performance. I'm like, okay, he's going to go through ARCA, I guess. And it's if he just runs ARCA the rest of his life, good for him. You're still a NASCAR driver, but I didn't see him getting back into the top 3. Never mind the fucking Cup Series.
And also hilariously driving for the guy whose name is BJ after getting suspended for making gay comments.
David Malabass. Oh, fucking. I respect David Lucas. I respect David Lucas.
The GameStop
I think his
response.
I think David Malukas said that very well. He took what, and he was like, I don't even know who Daniel Dye is, which is a very valid response because most people that aren't NASCAR fans don't know who Daniel Dye is. He's a truck driver. 99% of people in the world, if not more, do not know who. They cannot name a single NASCAR trucks driver. And that's on Fox for marketing it poorly. But
it's also on Fox for having FS1 all the time.
It's also our third tier series. It's F3. It's a developmental series. It's not. We turned it into a developmental series. It didn't used to be. It used to be some of the most fun racing, but it still is fun racing. I'm just dumbfounded. I don't know. Fucking Daniel Dye. I saw that. I was at work. I opened my phone for a quick second. I'm like, huh? And I quickly sent that to you guys. I was like, no way. There's no fucking way.
Good for him.
All right. Have we? Yeah, I guess so. Fucking sponsors pay the bills, man. Because there's no way he got this because of talent or skill. No wins and nothing. He did do well in ARCO, but that doesn't necessarily. That's 3 steps down from Cup. I don't know. I'm fucking dumbfounded.
That's like saying he did okay in high school football. He's playing for the Patriots now. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, let's be fair. The Fast is not the Patriots. They're more like the Jets. Or the Falcons, kind of.
Well, Jets are very fast. Falcons are slower than Jets, so that makes sense. I hate myself. Moving on. Something I've seen on a lot of people have been discussing this since the dawn of the Gen 7, which is the next gen car. The Gen 7 car, a lot of people don't like it. So I want to know your thoughts, guys, about what do we do with the Gen 7 car? I don't know, isn't this kind of a fucking revolving door question?
Yes.
No. I don't know. Everybody says we need more horsepower.
Well,
I get. I don't really. I'm not in any position to say what it needs. Besides, just we need to somehow make better races.
I'll be honest. What you do with the Gen 7 is you keep trying things like NASCAR has. We can bash NASCAR all they want, but we got to give them credit. They're at least trying. They're doing different things. Just keep letting them do it, and we need voices to, that are bigger than the fans, obviously, because they don't listen to the fans. I don't give a shit what we think. You need to listen to the guys like the Hamlins and whoever else about these changes that need to be made, and just try. And that's all we can ask for at this point, because we're not, it's never really gonna get any better if we don't try a new thing.
Yeah, I think you're right. I like the Gens. I have a love-hate relationship with the Gen 7 because when it was really, really early, I fucking loved it because the races were so. You had the front rows of the world fucking winning races. They won it. Indy. I will always love the next gen for giving us that win because he won it on pace. But past that, do you think what it does really well is the intermediates? We went from hating intermediate tracks to now most of them provide a pretty damn good race. I think Kansas is an outlier. I think with just the crazy weather over the weekend of Friday, there was a fucking tornado. Saturday, it was cold as balls. And Sunday, it was kind of a mix of everything. It's just, we can't just keep blaming the car. I think there are things where the car is to blame. I think it handles too well on road courses. Part of the gimmick of NASCAR is these cars turn left. I don't like a car that easily turns right. I think the Gen 6 had probably the best handling on the road courses for what I would desire, because I want them to struggle on the road courses. I want them to have to manhandle their car instead of just kind of driving it, where I think it was very cool that SVG came in and he could pretty much get in the Gen 7 and just fucking take off and great. Yeah. I don't think he would have done that in Gen 6. I think he would have very much struggled. I think he probably would have finished probably top 25 just because of his skill alone, but I don't think he would have won. We need to fix the super speedways. I think they're in a decent spot, but they could be better. We need to stop being scared of the flips. Cars flip. It happens.
So safe now.
It sucks. Matter. You know how you stop it? It's, you know, I don't ever want to say it's too safe, because then we do that. We had injuries with this car, and I can understand why people are very mad at that. I think there are times in the past that we just, like the last two cars, it was a very different world. I hate saying, it's a different world, but it kind of was, where we didn't talk about the injuries of the sport. We kind of brushed them under the rug, and guys didn't get out of the car. Like a driver missing a race, yes, it's still a big story now, but it's kind of like you expect one or two drivers, one to like four drivers to like miss a race or have something happen, get out of the car for some reason, at least in the Cup Series during the season, for whatever, kid, injury, something that happens. You kind of expect it, but in the old days, if you saw anyone get out of the car in the Car Tomorrow or Gen 6 era, that was like groundbreaking, like front page news. Like that would be like Tom Brady in his prime retiring. It's like that would have been that kind of news for there. Where we see that now, I'm like, oh shit, that sucks. Alex Bowman's out for a couple weeks, but it's kind of routine. Like it's still like, oh crap, like he's out, but it's not as shocking as it would be like 10 years ago, where if say Kyle Busch gets, not the Kyle Busch, I'm trying to find a Tyler Reddick, he breaks, he has a wrist injury and he's out of the car for 2 weeks. That would be groundbreaking shit when he was like in the Gen 6 car. Like we are past that. And I think we now look at concussions in a much smarter way, because concussions definitely happen. I would imagine a lot of drivers go after certain races and certain hits. They go into a concussion protocol. Probably not major concussions where they're going to be out for weeks. They're probably going to just be out for 2 or 3 days and then they'll be back on their feet. But I imagine it happens a lot more, and a lot of teams probably keep this under wraps, because you don't want your sponsors knowing that the driver they sponsor is not going to be there. Like, you want it to be like, hey, this is an emergency medical thing. Like, we appreciate you supporting us through this. And you kind of just say, thank you for supporting us. But like, you don't want it. This is very different than the NFL, where it's still the Patriots, whether Drake May's starting or some other, or Jacoby Brissett starting. It's still the Patriots, right? Where here, the team is the driver and its sponsors. The driver typically brings a sponsor, or the team brings a sponsor. If the driver is out and they're the reason the sponsor's on the car, that's a huge fucking deal. It's a big, big thing. So I get the concerns about the Gen 7 car. I think what you do to fix it on super speedways, getting back to that, is you rip out the fucking flat bottom. You got it. I think we rip off the bottom, the flat bottom, because that's what's making them fly.
Yeah,
it's like they catch air and then they float. It's aerodynamics. It's simple fucking aerodynamics, people.
Air's got to go somewhere.
All right, let's move on to points. Yeah, let's move on to points for the both series. I got that pulled up. We kind of already touched on Cup. Biggest mover, Todd is up 3. Chase Briscoe is now into the chase. Daniel Suarez is 16th. Shane Van Gisbergen is 18th. Is 19th. There has been some rumors of McDowell retiring at the end of the season. I hope that's not true. I haven't really heard anything on my end about that. I don't know. There seems to be a lot of things pointing to Kyle Busch potentially. Yeah, no, because McDowell is just one of a very long time veteran. I would hope that he would stay in the sport for at least a few more years. I mean, he has so many kids. He's got to keep making money, man. But not a ton of changes in points. In all honesty, just looking at that, Kyle Busch lost 3. He's in 27th in points, which is holy fuck.
God, fuck that.
And then in O'Reilly, we have Justin Allgaier, who has essentially already won the O'Reilly Championship with 512 points, leading Sheldon Creed by 131 points. Holy fucking
Damn,
shit.
dude.
Sheldon Creed has 389 points. Justin Allgaier has 520. Good God.
That's crazy.
Justin Allgaier has 151 stage points, which is more points than the 21st place driver has like points total, which is kind of terrifying and hilarious. It just shows how in another league he is. He is the definition of a O'Reilly lifer, and he's going to be fucking amazing at it. I'm glad that he stays there and he kind of knows his role, because honestly, he deserves to get into the Hall of Fame just by being dominant in this series. He is dominated. He's belt to ass every week. It's awesome. If he can win another championship, that being said.
Yeah.
And then looking at the rest of their points, Taylor Gray went up 3 with his win. Big ups to them. I know some people on their pit crew. That's a 38
that was
pit crew,
very
actually.
huge for them, because
Happy.
they've been struggling this year. You know, like they've had a lot of bad luck and stuff like that.
Yeah, they have. I'm very happy for that team, because that's the 38 Cup team, actually. So JGR supplies that Cup team, which is awesome. Very much love that they're improving. And Jones had a good race, +3. Koretzlaff, Drew's cousin-in-law, is down 2, unfortunately. Still in the playoffs. And then rounding out the playoff field would be Roger Carruth in his numerous rides. And then let's move on to our points. Benjamin.
Yes. All right. So with last week, Jeff stays in first. He has 242 points. I have 229 points, and Drew has 181. So with that being said, Drew, who are you picking for Talladega, my boy?
You should just spin the wheel.
Just
pick a number.
I was gonna say it's probably gonna give me a better pick, honestly.
I can tell you who I got in a random league. I got Ty Dillon, which I'm still upset about, but 2 weeks in a row.
Well, I mean,
fucking sucks.
The question is, will Michael Jordan be attending? Because if so, as we know, Tyler Reddick just seems to be winning whenever Jordan's at the track.
He likes his midgets, bro. It's amazing.
Yeah, this year, last year, not at all, but
that was for multiple circumstances.
Well, yeah, I know. We don't got to go into that. Jesus. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just pick Tyler Reddick. Fuck it.
Hey,
good pick.
I mean, it's not a bad pick at this point. Any week, really.
Well, it is. Like I said, it's a wild card track. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
You know what?
Benny, who are you picking?
I'm going to go with Daniel Suarez. Go ahead.
Okay. Jeff. Nice. Well,
cultured.
If I jinx Todd Gilliland, I will never forgive myself. So, I'm going to pick Zane Smith, but in my heart of hearts, it's of course Todd Gilliland. But because he will win every race in my heart. But I will pick Zane Smith.
Man,
because he has finished both.
Race. I want FRM to win a race this year.
I want it to be Todd. I want it to be Todd so bad.
Yeah, well, I hope it is Todd
like,
the first one.
I would take any of them.
No, I know you would.
I would take any of them. Do not get me wrong. But I think I would die, like, on the spot.
If Gilly...
Would Daniel die on the spot?
If Gilly...
Yeah, I'll Daniel die. I'll David Miguez. I mean, that would be just poetic with how that track is saved front row. I mean, if he does it with Loves, I think Loves is sponsoring... Oh, wait, it was on the entry list. I can check. Yep, Loves. So if he can do it with Loves, where his father finished second in the last... so I don't know if you guys know this, but Talladega... Now, I'll say it really quick. Talladega is why Loves is still on the car, for many reasons. Because that was their last race with front row. It was like a 3-race deal. It was a 2 or 3 race deal. And they go into that race, and it's like, well, if we don't win, we're not going to get Loves. But they finished 1-2 after that miraculous thing, and Loves is all over every fucking newspaper in America, with Front Row Motorsports finishing on the front row, the underdog story of the century. And
we're going to keep
that propelled Loves to sponsor them again. And then McDowell with Loves at Daytona, they were only going to do like 10 races that year. Then they spun it to, I think, 26. It was either 20 or 26 races. Like, they doubled their sponsorship. So Loves has been a key partner for Front Row, and I really, really hope Todd can do it. That would be... I would die. All right. On that wonderful note of me dying, be like Biff.
Yes, be like Biff.
We're just gonna end it right
Oh,
there.
well, yes, be like Biff and follow us on X and
I'm sorry, Drew. I'm sorry, Drew. He needs to put his kids to bed, and I need to take a shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually
Please
Benny
subscribe
plugs
to the
our
podcast.
socials first.
Follow on
Shit.
Spotify
God, yeah.
Fuck.
and follow on all social media. Thank you so much, guys. And be stiff like
No.
no, I'm just kidding. Be like Biff
Be like Biff.
and be stiff.
Yeah, be like this fucking monster.
Go take a